have much I'm going to talk about, but I was going to be down here doing some listing anyway, so I thought I would go ahead and just jump online and chit chat. I would do Google Hangouts, but I haven't done that yet before, so I'm holding out on that. But I don't have anything to show necessarily. I'll show you what I'm listing. Maybe switch over and do a screen share. Show me pulling up some comps for those folks that aren't familiar with the whole, especially for those that are coming over from the Twitch side. You might be unfamiliar with reselling. So, yeah, that's what I am doing. It does. I probably should have changed my title. I'll have to go and see if I can adjust that later. Let me mute that down. I'm going to pop out my chat so I can see if anybody's jumping in. But yeah, just come along with me while I am doing the sitting here doing some listing. Like I said, don't really have anything majorly spectacular going on this evening, but I thought maybe this would be a good way for me to motivate myself to do some listing. So that is why I'm here. I'm just trying to make sure that I can go over and see if I am actually live on both. I'm still trying this simulcast idea, trying to stream both on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I've had some, from the years ago when I was doing video game streaming. I gained a follower base, not huge, but I did value all of them that were there. And I'm there. Hey Lonnie, how you doing? Like I said, I'm not really doing anything spectacular tonight. I thought this would be a great way for me to motivate myself to list a few things. So that's what I'm doing. I'll kind of go through what I'm listing, and I'll monitor the chat if anybody has anything to say. Some of these things that I'm listing tonight, I'm just starting to pull out things. I haven't had time to do much sourcing. So, hey Scott. I am going back over. I'm trying to get over to my Twitch chat to make sure that... Oh, there it is. Hey, Scott. What up, Dre Z? If you don't know, Dre, I am a reseller now. That's what's taking up most of my time. I don't get to play many video games much more. I buy stuff at thrift stores, auctions. I do a lot of online auctions. Garage sales, and I turn around and flip them for cash. On eBay, I've sold and still do sell things on Amazon, mainly books and small items. And I dabble in Etsy, Poshmark, and also merch by Amazon. I'm selling probably, I don't know, a shirt a week, a shirt every 2 weeks over there. Just trying to find other ways of making a little bit of extra cash on the side and turn my hobby into profit instead of becoming a hoarder. Speaking of tanks, one of the things I will be listing is Panzer Revolution of Warfare 1939 to 1945. That's about as close as I'm going to be able to get. What's up, John? Tetherwind. That's as close to selling a tank I can get to you. And Scott, you do need to try to get on and do the live streaming thing. It looks like I'm back up and running, doing the simulcast between YouTube and Twitch. So that's exciting. The other night I tanked at it. but it's working good tonight. I say 6 shillings is a good price. You know, let me Google how much a shilling is that more or less than a half-pence? I'm closing out some of these chat windows. When I first started trying to do this simulcast or doing both of them at the same time, it's weird how you have to pull up the chats. I typically have to go to my channel on YouTube and pop out the chat from there, unlike when I actually go live. And so I usually end up with like 4 chat windows, two of them working, 2 of them not. So quality is back good on the YouTube side. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why sometimes it's a little bit cloudier on the YouTube side. It must be something in the a shilling, a former British coin and monetary unit equal to 1/20th of a pound or 12 pence. And 6 shillings. So how much is 6 shillings? $2. I would say, well, that's a Kenyan. I don't want Kenyan shilling. It probably won't even. I mean, that's probably me. Oh, that was just my wife letting me know that it's fine that I go ahead and chat. Trying to learn to edit better to teach an old dog new tricks. That's Scott, the bearded picker, which he also has a Twitch channel, but he just hasn't gone live yet. For those of you that have joined tonight, just so you know, I am monitoring 2 chats. I have YouTube going as well as Twitch. So if you get confused, you know, depending on what chat you're in, that's why I might be answering random questions. So I think I might have to pass on the 6 shillings. And let's see here. I'm just going to go to eBay. And you're going to see some of these items I have now. They're not going to be worth a ton of money. But I had a couple hats I was going to go ahead and list. I've got maybe, you know, 10 cents to a buck into. And I'll show you kind of what we do as far as pulling comps and at least the process that I go through, and kind of give you an idea if you guys decide you want to try this on your own. Just kind of give you a place to start. By no means am I an expert. I've been doing this for about 18 months now, selling on multiple platforms. And I will tell you what I have learned. I learned that I would not do this. I would not quit, even today, my full-time job. But I also know that it can be done as a full-time job. But I think that just to quit your job if you haven't done it before, I think that's dangerous and probably a little bit on the irresponsible side, especially if you're supporting other people than just yourself. But there, at least, you know, I'm talking to, you know, somebody that hasn't done any reselling at all and just decided, you know, I watch a lot of YouTube videos and I'm just going to jump right into it because so-and-so said you can. Me personally, I would say it takes a little bit of time just to become comfortable with it, to make that leap. Scott says he's trying to learn to edit better, hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Scott, your YouTube videos have improved tremendously since I started watching you on YouTube. So I just wish I love the editing process. I just don't find that I have the time to take to do it. Just kind of an update what I did today. I wish I would have taken a picture. Many of you know we owned an ice cream business, and for the last 4 or 5 years we've been renting a shop. And the last shop that we've been in for the last, I would say, 2 years, paying $800 a month. Well, earlier this year we bought the house we're currently in, and we have a large shop that we're able to move our trucks into, and I'm going to be able to fit a walk-in freezer in there. I finally picked up the unit to that, so that's going to be one of my next tasks, is put that together and have my HVAC guy come over and hook up all the cooling. But we've been holding on to the last shop. Gets pretty fast when you do it every freaking day. Oh, he's editing. Yeah, that's Lonnie over at Garage Flips. If you guys are interested in any in reselling, two of the people in my YouTube chat, and one of them is in the Twitch one. Scott, the Bearded Picker. If you just look up Bearded Picker on YouTube, and Lonnie at Garage Flips, just search Garage Flips on YouTube, and they are both a wealth of information. They've both been doing it a long time. I know Scott, he has traveled across the country, shopping and doing retail arbitrage, and making a living doing FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon. If you're not familiar with it, basically anybody can go out and sell items on Amazon. I mean, there are rules. There's what you can sell, what you can't sell. If you can't sell it today, it's called you're gated for it. How to get ungated, but basically retail arbitrage is going out to a store, finding something at a low price, sending it, packaging it up, putting a barcode, or putting it in a big box, shipping it to an Amazon warehouse, and they will pick, pack, and ship for you, and for a fee. So basically, once you purchase the item and ship it off to Amazon, you're kind of out of the loop outside of handling returns and whatnot. And Scott, and please correct me if that high level view was not accurate. He's one guy that does. He's been pulling a little bit more towards doing stuff on eBay, more stuff on eBay. He has sold on eBay quite a bit in the past, but he's getting a little bit heavier into it, and we're seeing some really cool videos, some content put out by him doing some garage sale and some sourcing. So definitely check him out. Also, Lonnie at Garage Flips, he'll take you on a journey every day, every weekend. He's got it planned out. He goes out and hits garage sales Friday and Saturday. Typically, he'll do estate sales on Friday and Saturday as well, but estate sales, I think he likes to hit them on Sunday because you can typically get a better deal because they're trying to liquidate the items. But he also does how-tos on anywhere from how to list, how to test items. He's got a wealth of knowledge as far as he does a lot of vintage electronics, but he'll sell just about anything. But both these guys will. But definitely, if you want to see good, honest people out there in the reselling community, because if you search reselling on YouTube, you're going to find a shitload of people out there making videos. But just trust your instinct when you're listening. If it sounds too good to be true, or if you don't get that honest vibe from them, just flip on past them and go to another reseller. But I will definitely vouch for these two. I mean, there is kind of, I liken it to, there is a circle of YouTube resellers that I kind of I enjoy watching just because of their honesty. Anyway, so definitely go check them out if you haven't before. So like I said, tonight I just went through. I haven't been sourcing a ton, but I thought I would go through and let's see what we can dig up. I do have a few hats. I've been doing okay with hats. These hats tonight, I don't think they're going to be anything to write home to mom about. The first thing, I love promotional items. So I picked up these Safeway hats. One's a trucker style hat. They don't have patches. It's kind of that. That's kind of like a I don't know. It's like plastic, but this one is an embroidered Safeway hat. These aren't the K products that I like to see. One is a snapback, and it was made by Yapung and Company Limited, and that one is made in Korea. and this one is made in Bangladesh. So I don't think they're real old. And then I did pick up this set of Safeway coasters, and my goodness, these are made in the good old US of A. But I love picking up promotional items, just because I think they're cool. So I'm gonna go over, and first let's see if we can see any comps on these items. I'm gonna switch over here to eBay and just kind of give you an idea of how we search for comps. I'm gonna try to shrink that down a little bit. Hi Rodney. Hi eBay. Me and eBay are friends. So I'm gonna do the coasters now. Let's see, Safeway promotional coasters. And let's see if anything pops up. I was kind of worried that these might be something that there just aren't very many of them out there. And I don't see anything. Let me just try Safeway coasters. A lot of the items I pick up are going to be really, really, yeah, that's one thing I do like, Scott, about live shows is you don't edit. You just do it, cross your fingers, and hope that everything turns out. I bet I will not find anything on Safeway coasters. eBay is not sketchy, Dre. I'm telling you, I think they've come a long ways. You know, it depends on what you're reading and what crowd you're hanging out with. There's a lot of people that are going to tell you, don't sell on eBay because it's full of scammers, and don't buy on eBay because it's full of scammers. It's not like that. Yeah, you're gonna have some scammers here and there as far on both sides. You're gonna have shitty sellers. You're gonna have shitty buyers. But in the last 19 months, I cannot say that I have experienced a scammer yet. Every complaint that I've had was something that I screwed up on, because you know what, you're going to screw up on something. It's not all, rose petals and unicorn poop. You're going to mess up. You just own it and move on. But I would say out of all the platforms, for me personally, hello Cindy, welcome to the chat. Just so you know, I do have 2 chats going currently, one over on Twitch and one on YouTube. So if you hear me responding to someone's question that you haven't seen the question yet, it's probably because it's in the other window. But anyway, I would say out of all the platforms I've sold on, and I haven't sold on every platform. I've sold on Amazon. I mean, I kind of ran through that. Amazon, Etsy, Poshmark, and eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and buy sell trading groups on Facebook, as well as Craigslist. Cindy over in YouTube land says, hello Twitchy people. I would say eBay for me, and the type of reselling I do, because I do this full or part-time. I'm an eBay hobbyist. I have a full-time job as well. It really does fit my lifestyle, and I can put into it what I want, and I will get back out of eBay what I put into it. I mean, it's a one-to-one relationship. If I don't put anything into it, I'm not going to sell anything. But if I put time in and do some listing, I will be selling stuff. I mean, that's kind of what it boils down to. I don't know what stories you've heard, Dre, as far as it being sketchy, but I have not seen anything sketchy about it. So if you want to elaborate, feel free to do so. But yes, I'm an eBay cheerleader. I have been accused of being an eBay employee because I speak so highly of the platform. But, that is what it is. So I really don't know what I want to do with these. I'm probably going to put these up at auction. It's a set of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the sad thing about these, I do not see a year. They're made by Right Point USA. I'm going to start the, I'm going to just, and this is how easy it is. I'm sitting here. I do have my old streaming light, umbrella light here, just because that's what I have down here. And I'm just going to, I'll go ahead and take pictures of it just to kind of show you how easy it is. And then I'll pull it up on the computer and we'll see. As you can see, comps on this particular item, I did not find anything on. So that's why I want to do auction on this. And I only paid $3 for the lot. That was $3 for the coasters, the 2 hats. I'm probably going to start it out at, let's do $12. So I'm going to go in here. Just kind of give you an idea. If you're not familiar with the eBay app, basically, I don't know if it's going to focus with the poor lighting. Yeah, it's not going to. It's going to be too bright. But I just go in and click sell item, and I'm just going to put the what it is. So it's Safeway promotional coasters. And I'll put 6. I'll put 6 in there because it does have 6 in there. And just because I want to fill up the description, not that these, I mean, this is where I'm just kind of filling it with keywords. So let's just do with holder. Those aren't going to be keywords people are searching for necessarily, but it'll at least, if they pull up Safeway promotional items or coasters, then they can see my title and go from there. And I just 6 Safeway promotional coasters with holder. Okay, well, I'm just going to say that my phone did not register 6. So always make sure to review when you're doing voice to text, always make sure that you are, excuse me, you review everything before you actually place it. I've made mistakes. I am not going to say, I plead the fifth, whether I was drinking during any of that listing time. Hello, John at Nevermore Antiques. Tonight I am using my live stream on both Twitch and YouTube to help motivate me to actually take some time to list. So all I'm doing right now, I'm taking the photos, and I'm going to switch over to the computer and just kind of show my listing process. Now I'm sure that there are going to be, come on, phone. My phone, oh, there it went. Okay. Everybody's listing process is going to be just a little bit different. Sometimes I will get out my DSLR camera and actually take, or don't say sex and add it to your autocorrect. Okay. Come on, Tether. I wasn't going to go there. And, you know, these items, I probably should have brushed them up a little bit, but I think my photos are going to be acceptable at best. And, well, you'll see what they look like when I actually... But here here I am. I'm just sitting at my computer with the light sitting next to me. And I actually have everything sitting on a piece of white poster board. And... when I'm using an Android, the thing about the Androids is, and I'm sure iPhones may have similar options, but I can adjust the brightness of the image if need be. I don't know if I'm going to capture that. I'm going to add a little shadow. That's the only time I use shadows, when I want to capture the embossed printing on the bottom of the item. Okay, so typically I'll try to take, 6 to 8 photos. I just don't know how many photos I can actually take of coasters. I mean, they're all the same, so why am I why would I need to take a picture of 6 of these coasters? But anyway, that's them. They're plastic, and I do have my trusty little, I always keep a little tape measure in my desk, that way I can do dimensions. So it looks like 3.5 inches, approximately 3.5 inches in diameter, and let's just say approximately 2 inches high. Look at John over on he's watching me on both Twitch and YouTube. Thanks for coming over. So really, this one's only going to have 3 photos. So I'm going to go ahead and just save that on my phone, and saving it as a draft. So let's see if I can do this without giving any of my eBay secrets away. Multi-talented to play in both chats. Approximately my D is 30 feet, but it is approximately 3 inches. You're talking there's men measurements and there's women measurements. But typically, I think a woman measurements is probably a little bit more accurate. So I'm just going to go over here to my drafts, and I want to complete this draft, and I'll show you kind of oh, that's funny. You guys are in. Let's just wait for this to pop up. I'll kind of show you. I mean, I don't think, you guys let me know. I don't think these images are too bad. I'll pull that up. I mean, it does show I probably should have cleaned these before I took images, but I'm kind of hoping that, and I'll clean them up before I ship them out. Boomski. What's up, Simo Picker? That's why I found the woman that can't read a tape. So, I mean, these are the images I took on my phone, just so you can kind of have an idea. You don't have to in this image, I left left it a little bit darker, just so that you could see Right Point USA. And you know what? I might actually, if I have room in my keyword, made in USA, the good old US of A. And for those of you that aren't familiar, this looks completely different. If you're selling on an individual account, which I found out because that's what my daughter has, all I have to do is wipe them off with a cloth. I got lazy tonight. Just wanted to get some stuff up, but typically I would have had a cloth out and wash them, or I got a toothbrush in there that I scrub things down with. That it's not anything that's stuck on or stained. So this is how the store accounts look. You have quite a few different store categories you won't have on an individual account, and these are all basically categories that I set up in my store. I've been lazy and haven't been doing that. I don't know how important it is. I don't think I have enough, because most of my items are one-offs. I accidentally hit the wrong yard, suddenly the size. That is funny. I am not going to read that in both chats. If you want to carry it over to the other chat, feel free to. Yeah, it does. I mean, I sit there, I'm lost when I help Izzy out with her stuff. I'm like, I don't know. It is quite a bit different. So the most important things you want to do, and I'm not going to talk about sell similar until we find something that we're going to do a sell similar on, but you always want to double check the condition. These are evidently not new, so we're going to make sure that's used. And I'm just going to put no. If there are no flaws, I point that out. No cracks or no crack. I'm just going to put no cracks. Let's leave it at that. Scott says he has 5 accounts. Country, region, manufacturer. I am going to put this in the good old US of A, or United States. Material. I think they're just plastic. Original. I'd say these would be original. Anyway, so I'm just gonna say set of 6. Promotional. Let me put Safeway in there. Safeway promotional coasters. Let's put drink coasters with holder. I'm gonna add in great condition. And I always add C photos because the thing when you're taking your pictures, if they do have any flaws, you do want to point out any flaws, and I specifically take photos of the flaws, and I will describe it in the description. So what do we say it was? We'll put the dimensions up here. I said I clicked the wrong button. 3.5 inch by, what did I say, 2 inches? Yeah, we'll say, well, let's just go, I want to say 1 inch and 3/4. You guys see my atrocious typing this late at night. Live on the edge, say exactly. You know, that's the first time. I like how I did fraction here. Let's go all American, and let's actually put the okay, let's see if we're gonna go exactly. Let's go to millimeters. It is 4.5 centimeters by 8.5 centimeters. Oh, eights. What's now? If it's a partial centimeter, do you break it out in overall millimeters, or do you put 8 centimeters and 3 millimeters? So anyway, that's pretty much this one. I'm gonna do auction style, 7 days, and stuff like this. The first run I'm gonna do auction, since I really couldn't find any comps right away on it. So the lowest I'm wanting to go on that is $10. If I was going to do a buy it now price, I'd probably set it, say, at $19.99 and add a best offer if I just wanted to do that. But I've been doing okay. You know, when I first started doing this, I thought auctions were dead, but you know, I kind of proved that that's not necessarily. Folks, I just want to point out, over there on the Twitch side, over in the YouTube side, we have the real Jessica Smith in the chat room, saying, Lonnie, you are going to be the subject of my next video. Anyway, I digress. So we're going to do I do 7 days, starting price at 10, quantity 1, state sales tax because I live in Idaho. And I've got all my PayPal stuff in. Oh, let's go down to shipping. This one is going to go first class, which is, I want to screw this up. I left my scale upstairs. It is 1 pound or less. I should go get that scale. I would say that's probably about 8 ounces. So I'm going to list this for 10. And this I'm going to put in a poly. So, you know, I would go, my polys are bigs, but overall it's going to be bubble wrapped very well, taped tightly, and put in a poly mailer. And I think I got some like 10 by, let's just say 8 by 4 with bubble wrap. And the one thing I will say I like about the phone, and I'm going to do this on the phone, is here on the listing itself, I can't add my second shipping option. And on the phone, it's real easy to add. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at this. I'm going to save it as a save and continue later. And basically what I want to do with this is if they want to update to priority shipping, they can select that. And I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I believe because I do offer the, and I'll double check and look into this and get back with you on a future video, but I believe that it will fall under the faster free if the buyer selects that option, because I do offer priority shipping, and it'll offer it if they do select the priority shipping. But I will have to confirm that just to make sure. But some of the other perks that you get, top rated seller and all that, a lot of that has to do with your how fast you ship as well. So basically all I'm going in here, and I'll show you the listing in a second, I'm going to go down to the shipping, and it basically says domestic, USPS first class, $445, varies by location. I can click a show more, and I can add a domestic shipping service, and this is where I'm going to put my expedited shipping, and I'm going to just do if it's because it's small enough to fit in a flat rate. I figure if they're not going to go first class, you probably don't. Oh, and let me catch up with the chat here in just a minute. Okay. You probably don't want to end this late at night and go 10 days, so it ends on the weekend, just in case you are distracted with dual stream. If I was I often thought about when I'm doing my auction listings, when it's going to end, but I just don't take the time to worry about it. I think it's a smart thing to do. Okay, I'm catching. Come on, Rod, live on the air. Okay, I already got that past that. Oh Lord, don't catch up with this chat. I was already caught up with that one. Okay, so I think I am caught up on the chat. So just say, let's see what it looks like down here now. If I go down to my shipping, it doesn't list it here, and I don't know. This is why I do a lot of my listings from my phone. It's not listing both of my shipping policies here. So I do have it on both of them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit the submit button. And that one's going to be live, and we'll see where it goes from there. Oh, haha. I got an error. I forgot that I chose Idaho as my tax rate, but I did not put the actual tax rate. So I'll have to go back in, and I'm trying to figure out where that is. I don't usually I need to set that as a policy. Where is it on my phone, damn it? Well, I know where it is here. Let's see, let's go here and go down to the bottom of my YouTube. You can add as many shipping options from the desktop. But do I have to set a rule if I do want to set, because on this particular one, do you just create a new one? Because I know the ones I've done on the phone where I've combined, added different shipping options, it comes across as like this would say first class and priority. That would be hilarious if the thumbs down was middle finger instead. I do I have thumbs down yet? Okay, someone go ahead and list it. And your fees may differ depending on the type of store, depending on if you have a personal account versus a store. And just so you know, right there's my listing. I have 0 bids. Maybe no cracks wasn't the best. The best used, no cracks. I should be listing instead of computer fixing. Couldn't resist the urge of a $5 computer at an estate sale. So what'd you find out you have to do with it? Many of the things that I do in my YouTube store or my eBay store is try different things. This is a car or RC truck that I do not have remote control. I think I gave $2 for it. I'm trying to figure out the secret of this whole crawler body. I have one a scale larger that I sold for about $50, but the upside to that one was it was Harley Davidson branded, and I think it was a Ford, so it had that going for it. And it was just a nice looking truck. And that one I gave, I think, $5. Well, it gave $15 for 2 of them. Now I bought some other RC bodies and did the same thing with, but they weren't all trucks. So I think the number one key is they have to be trucks, or you have to find that one guy out there that wants to buy a remote control and build a crawler out of it with a very unique crawler. And basically, I mean, you have real life crawlers and you have RC that model after the real life thing. And basically, they're remote control cars that people customize and drive over rocks. I mean, I wouldn't really consider them boulders, but I guess to scale they're boulders. And these are real easy to take apart. There's basically 4 screws. There's one up here, 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 and here. And typically, you're probably hearing all the screws falling down on the ground. I'm just going to cut off the antenna. I decided, I tried selling other parts like wheels and stuff like that. John over at Nevermore Antiques, which is another great YouTube reseller. He sells just about anything. He does eBay, and he also has a couple, what do you got now? 3 booths at the flea market antique booths. Is it antique booths? Hold it up to the... Oh, this is a big one. A big box one. Yeah. Yeah, I don't sell them for the controllers. I mean, I only sell the bodies for people that like to do the custom work. I'm just going to cut that off. this. I mean, the Tyco ones you could probably sell with parts and eventually make some money off of, but I just chose not to mess with them. I've got some wheels I put up for sale, but people modify these to fit their application. So the one thing about this one was the roll bar was broken, so I'm just going to pull that off. Like I said, most of the people that are doing these are customizing them anyway, and probably would have pulled it off. But you can see there was this was cracked, so I'm just pulling that completely off. I'm not even going to worry about messing with it. Put it in my listing and just break the shit. So, I mean, this particular body here, you're going to want to take measurements. You know, I'll typically take, you know, the wheelbase and wash it up. All the decals are in pretty good condition. And just to kind of give you an idea, I'm probably not going to list this tonight. I need to get my washcloth and clean it up, or maybe I'll do it a little bit later. But we'll just. Oh, I guess I should have. I keep forgetting. Let's go through that. You sold your wheels, John? I have not. I'll just show you again in the bigger. I forgot to. This will all come off. It's a Dodge. Check out that profile. I'm a Ford man myself, but man, who wouldn't want to modify their crawler with a nice Ford body like that? But or a Dodge body like that. But anyway, yeah, it's dusty. I do need to get a washcloth and clean all that out. I don't know why I didn't bring that in here. But if we switch back over, let me just to give you kind of an idea. Let's see here. I'm switching. I'll switch over. Can we sell a big box of hot dogs? You can. You can sell just about anything on eBay. I'm going to go over to my solds and let's see if it's still in my history. Yeah, John over at Nevermore Antiques has 3 booths at the antique mall over where he lives. And just to kind of give, we have Alabama boy, Louisiana, and Missouri. Paid and shipped. I'm going to see if that, just to kind of give you an idea why I haven't lost hope on selling these crawler bodies. Let's see. I'm going to search by item title. So just to give you an idea, I did this exact same process. Let me see if I can get it up there where I'm not giving away any of the buyer's information. And transition over here. This particular one here, it was a Ford F-350 Super Duty. It has a Harley Davidson logo on there. I did the exact same thing where I took this apart, threw away the guts. I paid $750 for it. This was a larger truck. And right there I listed it, RC Scalar, crawler body, Harley Davidson, Ford F-350 Super Duty, New Bright and Nico are the manufacturers. And I want to say I took a best offer of $50, $56.70 with shipping. So there is money taking these things apart, but I just haven't figured out the trick because, like I said, I have other styles out there that I have listed, but they're more of like dragster and dune buggy style. So this is the next truck that I have found. So we're gonna list this and see what I can get for it. I think I'll probably set it up for $29.99, and set it up for best offer as well. I should have a cloth in here. I could at least. My room is a mess. As I go out of frame, I do have paper towel. I don't think that the potential buyer, is going to want me to dip the paper towel in beer to clean the item off. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out the best I can. Let's see if I can get good enough for photos, and maybe I'll just get it ready and take better pictures later. Can we see it sell? Let's see it sell my toe fungus. I tell you what. Go to eBay and pull up "fart in a jar." I think somebody in our chat has actually purchased one and sent to somebody else. I don't know if they're still selling, but at least at one point you could buy a fart in a jar on eBay. You would be surprised what you can get by with selling. So if you want to sell your toe fungus, there's a fetish out there for anybody. If you want to see, I don't know if it was on Lonnie on Garage Flip's channel, or if it was on Cincinnati Picker's channel. No, it was on This Week in Reselling. So it would have, I don't know which one it fell on that week, but one of them bought a fart jar for the other. You know, I do notice that there is some slight, you'll see that there's some slight scratches there, even though, I don't know for sure what these people do with them, if they paint them again or not. So, I might think $5 off of that, and there's a little bit of damage right there. So let's do $24.95, $24.99. Wait, there's more. And I literally am just sitting here at my computer while I'm talking to y'all, and I have a piece of poster board. And as bad as that looks, it takes relatively okay photos. And I'm doing this mainly just to show people that you don't have to have any fancy lighting, or, my daughter sits up there. Is that the one? If you guys get, let me see if I can copy if you're interested in learning about fart in a jar, someone received one on that on that show. So here I am. I'm going to go ahead and let's pull that up. I'm trying to think, what was the brand on this one? I can't tell so this is a New Bright. New Bright RC. Do these have model numbers on it? A lot of the reason I use New Bright and Nico if they're on the car is because a lot of people will go out. They look for especially the older stuff. And they modify them. I mean, these are true hobbyists to the core. So let me go and let's look up New Bright Dodge truck. Dodge Ram. Ooh. So first thing I'm doing is just looking Dodge Ram. There is, I've looked up and tried to do research on how to tell the scales, and it seems like everywhere you go, it's going to be a little bit, people are going to say something different. These are people that are, this is typically what you're looking at crawlers for. And here's one that looks like somebody customized. But I'm trying to find this particular model. It almost, no, it's not that one. It's black. I know it's black, but I thought maybe it might have. Let me go to eBay. Get up out of there. Get up out of here. New, bright, Dodge. Am I spelling that right? Am I a total idiot? Yep, I am. Dodge Ram truck body. And let's see. So as you can see, this is what we're looking at. I mean, this is of course what are listed. This is similar to the one I have. But mine's black. But you can sell what people are trying to sell them for. Some of these are going $15. This is a whole kit and caboodle. The thing about these, if you can find them cheap enough, they're very light to list. I mean to ship, so it's fairly cheap shipping across country, especially where I am in North Idaho. Yeah, and the majority of your buyers are. I go a lot back east. I pulled just to kind of give you an idea. I pulled what sold, and this was a best offer, so they didn't get the $34.95. But people are spending money on. I mean, of course, that one was pretty well. That might have been the T Max or whatever it was. So since I don't know, I mean, let's see if we can just Google that. Scale measurements for RC. What millimeters per? Okay. I don't want to watch a YouTube video on. Okay, take the wingspan of a full scale. Okay, yeah, I'm not all into that. I was hoping that the eBay listings would tell me. The one that I'd sold was larger. This might be more of like a 112, I'm thinking. And of course, I don't see anything. I'm going to put 110 or 112, and I'll take definite measurements. So let me go ahead and transition over. If you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, let me know. Like I said, this was just to help get me motivated to actually do some listing tonight. I listed 2 or 3 items earlier, but I wanted to get a few more done. And I'm trying to do this, at least list daily, which I've been taking some time off doing. Dodge Ram RC crawler body. And I'm just initiating my, it might be 116. I'm just going to create, I'm going to put 112, and I'll take my photos real quick and I'll finish the listing over on I think my lens on my phone camera is dirty. I'm trying to get, I have my paper cockeyed, so I'm trying to get I'm trying to do the best I can with a little space on this. This is a little bit large for my cardboard, but hey, we're doing the best we can here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I knew that smaller you went. Tether went over on the Twitch side, said looks like 112, 110 is bigger. Um, I probably confused that earlier. The smaller the number, the larger the size. Tether is a RC enthusiast, but he's buying the, was it Trexus? Is that the big RC brand for us? Are you doing primarily? Is it all battery, or do you have you experimented with any of it? Hey, good night, Lonnie. Thanks for jumping in. Missouri English sucks. What did I miss? I grew up a good portion of my life in Missouri. For those of you that don't know, I graduated in Hollister, Missouri, which is down just across the river from Branson, which I think everybody knows is Branson, or what Branson is. It is like I would say probably one of the largest tourist traps in the United States. And I would say a lot of I don't know. I would say it's a good place to take your family and visit. Back in the day, it was a lot of hillbilly country shows, which I get into, but they have there's all kinds magic shows, comedy shows. I want to save that draft. They have all types of entertainment down there. They have Whitewater, which was a huge water park. Silver Dollar City, which is just north. Traxxas is the big hobbyist. Don't need no stinking gas. Electric is better. It's faster and cheaper and doesn't stink. So there you go, folks. Somebody that actually does play around with RC cars. Electric is better. Okay, so we're going to go back over to what I'm selling. And just to kind of give you an idea of what you can do. And you know what? These aren't perfect. Let's go back to listings and let's go to my drafts. They're not perfect by any means, but I think that they are just fine for my eBay listing, especially we're talking, and let's say 112. And I'm not going to put Nico on there because I don't see Nico anywhere on the thing. All it shows is New Bright, but I know if it's Nico, Nikko, and New Bright, those are both keywords that people will search for, because like I said, a lot of these people they modify these things and make their own cars. So I'll just go through, just show you what this is probably a little darker than I would have liked to have had it. I got Should have moved that over a little bit, but I'm okay with it. They will definitely get the gist. And those are the images that I would take. I try to take as many pictures I do. Hey, have a good night, Scott. You have your early morning show tomorrow. If you guys are up or in Central Time, Bearded Picker does his morning shows with Steve Alcorn, and he has a couple other guys that are jumping in and out of there. But definitely check out Bearded Picker on YouTube. So yeah, that is, we'll go down here to the, after I blow everything up here. There's one thing I hate about the auto expand. Okay, so we're going to add that, and then we're going to add that. So I have my 112 crawler, and I don't need any of these other, and we'll go ahead and throw in the color, which is black, and new bright. I'm just going to basically type in what we're listing here. There was something I put in my other listing, which I want to steal. So I'm going over here. Because I stole off of modification will be required to fit your chassis properly. That other one might have done so good because it had the LEDs and stuff on it. And I don't know what, I may be wrong to put that in there, but I did the last time, so we're going to add that. Does it? Okay, just making sure I'm keeping up. And then I'll just take the dimensions, and I'll just so I don't have to type, I'm going to go ahead and put, copy this. And then just change the measurements. This one I am not going to go list live tonight because I need to go get the weight and make sure I have my dimensions. One thing when you're shipping, one thing you have to do is make sure that you get your shipping dimensions and stuff right, so you don't end up getting screwed that way. And I want to say that is so. I want to make sure that, yeah, it's a 15 3/4 by 15 3/4 by 7 inches. And let's put the wheelbase. And wheelbase, I'm just measuring, getting a good estimate of, halfway between the wheel openings, and it's just going to be an estimate. I want to say 9 1/4. And that is going to be it. This one I'm going to go with a fixed price, and I'll change it to 30 days. And buy it now. I'm gonna do this for $29.99. I'm wishful. I mean that's wishful thinking, and I forgot to transition over, just so you guys can see what I'm doing. As you can see, I put in their new bright crawler body. Modification will be required to fit your chassis properly for all your RC 4-wheel drive actual to my or custom applications. Overall length is 15 3/4 inches by 7 inches. Wheelbase is approximately or about 9.25. And there's all my photos. And I am just going to save this. I listed it down here for $29.99. Put my Idaho state sales tax in there. And this will go. This will probably stay the same parcel, and U.S. priority. This is where my combined shipping came in, how it did. But anyway, that is the. I want to save and continue later. You are dad AF. You do not make any sense. Let's see. Egg rolly. Your dad I know what AF means, but what the hell? Please, no hablo español. Can you be a little bit more clear on your trolling? First of all, thank you for joining my live stream. This is what I've said from the very beginning. Welcome. I appreciate you coming here to do trolling if that is your game, because that means you're not out there harassing other people. So welcome. Unfortunately, I was about to call it quits for the night. I know I didn't list a ton. I only listed a couple items, but I don't know if you learned anything good. If not, I apologize. If it's extremely boring for you, I apologize for that too. But it is 11:12 here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and take the crawler body and go find the box I'm going to put it in. I'll take the dimensions of that box and the weight with and I will complete out that listing, and I'll probably do my Safeway hats. Just so you know, these Safeway hats, I'm going to start them off at $5 a piece and see where they go. Is that where you get all your info at? Is the Urban Dictionary? Does that mean? I guess I'm just not sure. I'll Google it just for. I will take it as a compliment, though. There we go. I don't typically go to Urban Dictionary, but anyway, that's it for tonight. Thanks everybody on the Twitch side as well as the YouTube side. If you don't follow me on or subscribe on YouTube, and come over and check that out. I do cover, and I'll be doing it on Twitch as well. Not just am I showing you what I buy and put on on eBay, but I also cover what's sold, so you can actually get an idea of what you can buy to sell and make money on eBay. But yeah. Dre, I'm starting to get back into this. No more is it going to be these, 4 to 6 hour gaming sessions live on Twitch. It really just, it was a time sink for me. If you click, I'll follow full volume. I don't even know what. If you click, I'll follow full volume. But, anyway, that's going to be it for me tonight. I know it wasn't super long, but I hear my name being called upstairs. But just, I just want to let y'all know, if you're looking for a fairly easy way to make a little cash on the side, if you put more effort into it, you can actually make a living doing this. I know a lot of people that do. I just hope I can pass some of that information on to you. But thanks for checking it out. We'll catch y'all later. YouTube side. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Twitch, follow if you haven't already. I'm going to try to be doing this a little bit more regular, if for nothing else, for me to help motivate me to continue listing daily. Because if you're not listing, you're not selling. And as with everything in life, you're not going to win unless you're doing. And that's what the meaning of the name is. You win by doing. Stop talking about doing things that you wish you were doing. Just get up off your ass and do it. Anyway, that's it for tonight. We will catch you all later. Peace out.